minute or so, just for anyone else to. Yeah. Get going anyway because it's being recorded so people can um, review it later. If you have any questions along the way, Bruce or anyone else who jumps on, then just yell out at that point or put it in the chat.
Okay.
So basically, let's start at the beginning. So when you log in, you get what we call our lobby page. And the lobby page is really just a summary of what's going on the site at that particular time.
Yeah.
So it has a bunch of the top live feeds, and I'll go into what a live feed is shortly, upcoming events, and the leaderboard. So each month we put the 3 top people who have been active on the site the last month, the top discussions that are going on at the moment, and the opportunities page that comes in from various job and tender sites, the top ones there, and then a list of the current people who have just joined, or the most recent people who have joined. So that lobby page, like I said, gives you a bit of an overview of what the site is doing or what's going on the site. We'll go into each of those pages. So the live feed allows people to just really start a chat or let people know about anything they want to. So any members can type in here. It can be a text post. You can put in videos and images, attach things if you need to. You can schedule the posts if you want. If you're doing this after hours or whatever, and you want a post to come up at 9 o'clock in the morning, then you can schedule them there. So there's a fair things you can do with that writing of the post. There's also a new feature here where you can do surveys and polls and stuff as well. So really that just allows you to, if I scroll down, there's a post I put in just before for forestry company here in Adelaide, in Hobart, for the GIS administrator. A recent events for GeoRabble in Adelaide, some other events, things that are coming up, some other posts and stuff like that, and users can post and start the discussions. So on this page as well, apart from starting those posts, you can check in if you want to. The advantage of checking in, if you're in Brisbane and you are in Sydney for the day or the week or wherever, you can check in, and what it does is on the map, it shows that your location has changed. So I'll show you that shortly on the people page, but it also then just allows you to see who's around. Users can also, if you're going from one place to another, you can put that in, or you can quickly post an event from here. So users, if they're running an event, or just wanting to publicize event, like the GeoRabble, you can use the events button here to put in the details about that event. Events, which I'll go into a bit more, but if you need more control from, ticketing or even taking fee for the event or whatever, we can help you with those things, but they need to be done at an administrative level. Also on this live feed page gives you a list of who's been on the page recently, and you can connect directly with them by just linking on their profile link. People who have birthdays coming up, if they put their birthdays in their profile, and then a list of upcoming events. So that's what the live feed page does. And then, so I'll move to the next one, where we've got our member page, and you can visualize this in two different ways. So you can see it on the map, so you can see all the members on the map and where they're located around the place. You can get a list of them here. You can turn the map off if you just want the list. And one of the other handy things is if you're heading to South Australia, and it says here the 17, you can click on that and it'll zoom you in to those people. But if you just want to see the profiles of the people who are on the map, you can click on this search as I move the map button, and then that way it'll just give you the members who are in that geographic area. So as I zoom in or out, the user list will change. And so if you specifically wanted to contact Moses, you can click on there, you can go to their profile, you can send a message from here. You can also add, which seems to be a bit of a bug at the moment, but you can, when they have a star next to them on their profile, that means you're following them, a bit like on LinkedIn. The other really good thing about this page is if I go to someone's profile and they've entered information in about themselves, and so I say I come to Moses's page and I see that he's got skills in cartography and spatial analysis and all that sort of stuff. Well, if I click on one of these bubble button things in any of the things, what it'll do is it'll take me back to that map and it'll show me all the people who have entered that same tag. So if it's, if I'm looking for other people who are seeking mentorship, I can click on that and it'll show me all the users who have indicated that they're looking for mentors. So if you're interested in being a mentor, you can then go, I might reach out to Lachlan and and see what sort of mentoring he needs. We will be doing a more specific mentoring program soon, but it allows you to sort of, find people based on different criteria. You can search for people directly by typing in, that's because I've got the filter on, so clear that filter. But if I click on and type in someone's name, it'll bring that person's name up if I do that, and then I can go in and see what sort of things people have done and listed and those sorts of things. From their profile, you can click on their company information, and so it'll take you off to the page that's been created based on either the user putting it in or the administrators of Together Spatial putting it in. When people put their profile in, they can make it like a digital resume, and so if they put in that they're working, at Geo-Oceania. That will go into the business directory. It needs to be approved at that point, so it doesn't immediately appear except for the administrator page and the users page. But you can then go to that page and see who else works there, or more about that organisation. And so we'll come to that in shortly. We'll just keep moving along. So the next page is the events page. And like I said, users can post their own events. So you can just go in here and create an event, and it'll prompt you for all the information you need to see, or administrators can post events with a bit more functionality behind it. You can navigate the events page in a number of different ways. You can search for events by location, or scanning on the map when there's different things in the region or overseas. You see them on the map. You can go to a calendar view, and it'll show you what events are coming up. And so at that point, you can then, click on that event and see the information about it. Oh, that was obviously last night. But you can then add it to your calendar, you can share it, you can connect with people who have either listed it, or you can make a comment about it or whatever. So that can be done by, as I said, users can post their own events, or admins for Together Spatial can post events as well. We have a discussions page. So on that discussions page, it's similar to the live feed, but the live feed basically is like a point in time. You put something there, and then the next one will go on top of it. And so if you're really looking for different ones, you've got to scroll all the way through. The difference in discussions is that it has categories associated with it. So we've got these categories here. So as an example, Glenn posts about the work that he does in leadership development. So once again, you can come in here and you can click on this little bubble, and it'll give you all of the posts with the tag of leadership development. You can also do it from the side here. So if you're looking for ones that just have, the tag of vacancies, or, people who are seeking employment, you'll get that list as well. It's where we also encourage people to put introductions about themselves, and it basically stays there as a discussion starting point. If you make a comment or do anything like that, you'll follow it, and then you'll get notified if anything's been changed in that discussion. At the bottom, it gives you some other ones that you might be interested in that either fall in similar categories or have similar titles. And a lot of the pages will do that as well. So next page is opportunities. And so opportunities is we take in a RSS feed from a number of different sites. So Jora is one of them, Seek is another. We take in feeds from the Commonwealth Grants pages. We take in feeds from open tender sites, and then so they come in as well. So each day that's being updated. So there's almost 4,500 articles there that have been read in since November of last year. So that's quite a dynamic page, keeps reading stuff in, mostly about jobs from various sites. And it's probably one of our, one of the pages that a lot of people go to if they're looking for work or whatever. The business page is a list of businesses that are attached to people's profiles, so where people work, or where administrators have listed those companies. So you can see that we have 486 companies listed or organisations listed, because it's both private and public government agencies and all those sorts of things. And so you can scroll through and you can have a look at information about that, if they've got a LinkedIn profile, their website, if there's anyone who's actually working there. So Sanjay has worked there. And so it gives you that sort of information about those companies. And we encourage people to sort of use it as a bit of networking and research, because a lot of people will come to me, certainly from a GIS jobs perspective, and go, what sort of companies are out there, and where are they located, and so you can use this tool to sort of see those companies and find out more about them, find out the industry that, if you're interested in the education, working in higher education, so in universities and stuff like that, you can search for them that way. We've got a few universities listed there, not all of them, obviously, but, but you can come in as a user and you can create a new business if you're working with someone, or you see there's one missing, you can do that. You can also then, just search by a keyword if you remember the name. The downside of this page at the moment, but we're working on it, is location is just set up for country. So we have some New Zealand companies in here, so let me change that. And so then we get the New Zealand companies listed. So that's how business page works. Earlier in the year, we started a salary survey, so people can come in and anonymously tell about the salary that they're currently on. And so this stays live, and soon we're in the very last phases of it, but it's just some technical stuff now. So those results go to an Airtable database, and we're just formatting all of the results for that dashboard side of it. We did release the results earlier in the year for that, up to that point. Soon we'll be launching the certification process if people are interested in that, and it'll be a self-guided process for getting certification if people want to. So you put your details into Together Spatial. It will use that information to then determine whether you've met the different thresholds, and then you'll be certified at those levels, depending on how long you've been in the industry, the sort of things that you do, and your involvement in the industry. So that's basically how all of the menu bar here works. Only admins will see this admin panel button, so I won't go into that. But up here in the top right, there's also some quick links where you can share different things. You can write a post and all that sort of. So it's just really a quick link to those things. If you've got notified about stuff, people have liked a post or done something, then you'll get notified there. If people have left you messages, you'll see it in this little bubble here, and it'll take you off to all those messages. Underneath your little picture, you can edit your profile. You can see the recent posts that you've done. You can see what people you're following, see what events. You can look, you can refer people, a whole bunch of other things there that you can do around your profile. One of the very new things that has been, everyone seems to be doing something with AI these days. So at the top of the page, there's this like, what are you looking for? And it's an AI sort of search on what's on the site. So say you were interested in working for a gold company in Australia, you can just literally type that in, gold companies in Australia. And what it's doing is it's not going off to the internet to do anything. It's just searching the content on our website. So it's found a whole bunch of opportunities with different gold companies. A couple of weeks ago, we did one of our weekly discussion webinars with Jack Green, who works for a gold mining company, and so you can see there's different opportunities. We scroll far enough down, it'll probably show the businesses associated with that as well. Obviously, that's a big. So we've got businesses here. So I think Jack works for Gold Road Resources. Maybe it's the other one. Doesn't really matter. But that's a way to do a really, really big bulk search of everything on the website. Using that sort of an AI type tool. It really is just a keyword search type tool. But yeah, so that's basically all the different parts of the website and how it works. So I will throw it open to, given you're the only one who's has joined, Bruce. If you've got any questions, then just let me know. You can either type it in or you can just jump off mute, and if you have any questions, and more than happy to go into more detail about any of the pages.
Don't have anything in particular to ask.
No worries. Well, I mean, like any of these sorts of sites, like LinkedIn, like Facebook, like whatever, it's all about you'll get out of it what you put into it. Plenty of people will sit back and just come and visit every now and then as they require. But I do encourage people to, post, if they want to start a discussion, or if they've got, if they're involved in an event that they want to let people know about, GeoRabble or the Brisbane Geospatial Network, or those sorts of events. I try to keep an eye on places like LinkedIn, and are on a number of email lists, so get notified about some of those things. But I'm obviously only one person. But yeah, so hopefully that has been of use. I sort of I'll be running these new member discussions each month, same sort of day, first Thursday of each month, just to go through, and people can ask questions. On every Tuesday, we have our points, lines, and polygons webinar where we have a one-on-one chat with someone from the industry. So if you're interested in being involved in that, just let me know. Next week, we're speaking to a lady by the name of Lisa Cornish, who is a data journalist, but specialise a lot in the geospatial world. So thank you for being here. I will stop sharing, and last chance to ask any questions. But if not, then we'll leave it there, and either via the website or anywhere you like. All right. Thanks a lot.